Walking, something that we all do every day, some of us more than others. Today's video is going to be about how you can implement walking into your weekly routine to help you reduce body fat and improve your body composition. And if you can get down to a low enough body fat percentage, that's when you're going to see your abs come true. So what is the principle of actually getting abs? Well, as most of you will know, it all comes down to your calories. You need to be in a negative energy balance in order to lose weight. So that means you want to be eating less calories than you're burning on a daily basis. That negative energy balance then is going to start eating into your body fat and start reducing them levels that you want. Now, probably the reason you even clicked on the video in the first place, how many calories do you burn when you're actually walking? Now, obviously walking in comparison with something like running or boxing or something like that isn't going to be a huge amount of calories burned. But with walking, the volume is really the key. The amount of calories that you're burning by walking is going to depend on a number of things, including your gender, your height, your weight and your overall muscle mass. Although it's pretty much impossible to tell exactly how many calories you're going to burn, but you can get a good ballpark. Measuring tools like Fitbits and stuff like that aren't overly accurate when it comes to the calories. Some of them will overestimate, some of them will underestimate, but as I said, you can get a good kind of ballpark with all these devices. How many calories you're burning as well obviously also depends on the nature of the walk. Are you going on an incline up a hill maybe, or do you have a treadmill set to an incline? What speed are you going at? Is it a brisk walk or just a leisurely walk? Now, the things we all love to track day to day is our steps. So just as an example, I'm going to use myself. For me personally, 10,000 steps is about 7 kilometers or so. That's going to burn about 400-500 calories for me, based on, again, my gender, my height, my weight, my overall muscle mass. If I'm hitting this 10k steps every day for a week, I'm going to burn about 3,500 calories over the course of the whole week, which is 1 pound of body fat, or the equivalent of it. Now, if I go and double that, move up to 20k, and there's definitely been stages in my life when I've been 20k and above, that'd be 7,000 calories burned across the whole of the week just from walking. Now, that's just short of the equivalent of 1 full kilo of body fat. Now, that example alone, walking isn't the most strenuous activity there is, and in most cases, you're not even going to work up much of a sweat by doing it. But when you're doing it in high voluminous amounts like this, it really adds up all that volume, and you're getting a serious calorie burn in over the course of the whole week then. But the caveat, it all depends on your nutrition. You could walk for 24 hours straight, 7 days a week. If your calories are too high, you're not going to lose any weight. You might even gain weight if your calories are too high, despite all the walking you're doing. What I'd do if you are new to calorie tracking, you've never really measured your food or anything before, track it at the start. I'd suggest for about a month or so. The main purpose of that is just to educate yourself around calories. Not everybody has to do it now. I don't track my calories overly closely anymore, but I definitely did at the start, and now I have a loose idea of what I'm taking in every day. Just remember, when it comes down to fat loss, if there's just one thing you could focus on, it would have to be nutrition and calories. But here, we're assuming you've already got some decent nutrition, you're not overeating, you're not going on any binges, you're not drinking too much alcohol, anything like that. And we're using walking as a tool so you can burn more calories, get yourself down to them lower body fat percentages and start to see your abs coming through. Now, why did I choose walking to make the video about? Well, with walking, pretty much everyone can do it. It's free and it's easy. If you're getting a high amount of steps in the day, unless you have a physical job, you're typically going to be outdoors and you're getting a lot of sunlight as well, which is really good. With walking as well, because it's not a very strenuous activity, it's a very low risk of overdoing it and sacrificing your other training endeavours. If you were to go on an intense run 7 days a week and then try and lift weights where you're split 3-4 days a week, you're going to be absolutely fucking cooked. The main problem you could run into with this little challenge is that it's very time consuming to do this much walking. But if you can work it into your daily life, then it's not going to take up as much time as you think. Instead of driving to the shop that's 5 minutes away, just walk. Always take the stairs where possible instead of the elevator. If you have a very sedentary job and you're stuck at a desk all day, even get up every hour for 5 minutes or so, walk around the house or walk around outside or the office, wherever you are. Not only is it going to burn calories, it's going to help with your focus when you come back to your work. Try and work in weekly averages as well. So say you're aiming for 15k steps a day on average. Some days you might be as low as say 6, 7, 8,000. Some days might be really high on the weekend when you have a lot more time and you're out and about. So try and work off of a weekly average. Don't put too much pressure on yourself to get them exact amounts of steps in each and every day. Some days are always going to be a little bit under. Some days are going to be a little bit higher. Life, it's just not an ideal world. Do I think you can really see results though from just walking a lot and not doing much else in the form of cardio? To be honest, I do, yeah. I think walking is probably the best form of cardio, especially for a beginner that's never really done much exercise before. Now, it's inevitable with any fat loss phase. You're going to hit a plateau eventually, and when you hit that plateau, what you can do is decrease the calories or you can can increase the volume of the walking or add in a little bit more cardio like a run or something. If you're doing 15 to 20k steps a day, you're absolutely smashing it and you're probably in the top 5%. And if you're pairing this up with having your nutrition, your sleep and your training on point, you're going to see some great results if you can stick at it. But as with anything, you have to remain consistent. This needs to be implemented on a daily basis. 1 week of getting even 20, 25k steps a day, it's not going to do much for you if you just give up after that week. Cheers again lads for watching all the way. If you liked the video, make sure you're subscribed and I'll see you all in the next one.